Francisca Goldsmith with Publisher Spotlight, and today we have a guest with us, Jarred Luján from Mad Cave Studios. And Jarred has a new graphic novel out called Dryfoot. We're going to talk to him about both the book and what he's up to. So, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. You know, I was really impressed both with the cadre in Dryfoot, because it's a group of young adults that all have powerful personalities, but they also have really diverse backstories. And I was interested to hear from you about your own background in terms of art and storytelling and so forth and so on.
Yeah, so I was really into I always wanted to be a writer, I think in some capacity. I really like telling stories. Even if it's just a bunch of us hanging out, it's just one of those things, experiences that I really enjoy. But when I was growing up, I got really I got really into manga and anime and stuff like that, which is kind of just Eastern comics. And I sort of transitioned from manga into Western comics, and I started where everybody did with superheroes and stuff like that. It's kind of funny that the manga Western comics thing is usually a reversal. Usually you start with the West and move into the East. But yeah, so I kind of got into it there. And growing up, I was reading a lot. I was really into novels. I was in my high school drama club for all 4 years, so I was reading stage plays a lot, and I just kind of got really fascinated with the idea of being a writer. I've loved comics since I was a kid. It was a long time to realize until that's where I wanted to write and create. It turns out I'm a really bad novelist, shamefully bad. And so I was like, okay, so that's not an option, right? And so I kind of just wound up realizing that I wanted to kind of stay in this medium and kind of play here. And then after making my first comic, it was a pitch that was like back in 2016. I really realized that this is where I wanted to stay. That it was the collaborative effort and the working together as a group really spoke to me and really made me feel really good about it. And it's not always sunshine and rainbows working with 3 or 4 other people on a comic, but it was definitely a lot more good times than bad. So it was that's kind of just how I progressed into creating comics.
I think there are a couple of really interesting features of what you've said that I have not heard all that often from other graphic novel writers. One of them is your time spent in theater and reading scripts. And I think that's just a fascinating addition to potential background, because obviously storyboarding, like stagecraft, is relevant to moving bodies around and moving scenery around in terms of your imagination. That's fascinating. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I don't know. I'm kind of just, I think I would like to do my end game is to write my own stories with teams that I put together and sort of just going from there. I really obviously would love to work with any number of companies and licensed properties, but my end game is to build a catalog of stories that I created with my friends and things like that. In 5 years, I hope I'm doing that full time. I hope that I've got an audience that's at least as interested in what I'm doing as at least half as interested in reading what I'm writing. Like if I could get them halfway there, that's fine. Yeah, I really would really love to write it. I really just want to write full time. That's my next 5-year plan is get to the point where I don't have to work a day job. I have an audience base, and I can sort of just tell the stories that I want to tell with the good graces of an audience.
And that brings up the second thing that you've said now a couple of times, and that's your dedication to collaborative storytelling. I know that with Dryfoot, the artists Orlando Calcedo and Warnia Sahawahat, how did you meet them? Were they already friends of yours?
So I had never met Orlando or Warnia. Um, I actually knew Warnia because she had worked with another one of my friends. And it was funny because I was going to ask her to color a pitch I was putting together. And she just so happened to, Mad Cave brought her on the team. Orlando and I were both talent search winners that Mad Cave had. They had like a talent search.
Mhm.
So we got paired up together and we've become very close after the work on the book. And so we're probably, I'm hoping that we'll be able to come back and do something together again one day, even, somewhere else. But yeah, I didn't know either of them before. It was really, but we had like a really great creative experience. That I think Dryfoot's probably the best creative experience I've ever had in my life.
Well,
Is
that's
that yeah, we were all of us had the exact same things in mind. Like we wanted the themes of Dryfoot can be a little bit intense, and but we wanted to kind of juxtapose that with Orlando's, a little cartoony art, and then we wanted the Miami thing. When I was going in, I was like, I really want to capture those neons. I want to capture those sunsets. That's really iconic, and Warnia was just nailed it every time. Every time. I think the entire time on the book, we asked for 2 revisions on colors.
wow.
Yeah, she is phenomenal. I think she's probably the next big colorist in comics altogether. But even our letterer Justin Birch, I didn't have to tell Justin anything. And now it's not sort of as a writer, you sort of maybe incidentally become a de facto leader.
Mhm.
I really try not to take that role. I really try and make it a more collective thing. But Justin did an amazing job, and I never had to say anything to Justin. Justin just intuitively went, and it was a really great experience. All of us really knew exactly what we wanted. It was great.
So you're looking forward to working together as a team again, as
Yeah,
building new teams?
yeah. If I don't know if there's ever going to be a Dryfoot Volume 2, but I would love to get this whole team back, this exact same team back together on anything else. I think it would be. I think that's part of the reason why the book lands well and it resonates well with people and the characters really shine is because all of us are on this sort of same page with what we wanted to do. And you know I think that's all of us have like the same creative aspiration with it too. So I think, yeah, I would love to get this exact same team on literally anything else I do in the future.
Thanks so much for talking to us today. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to your next book too.
Thank you for having me.